People hungry, boy. You slip up and become a plate if you want to.
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone, and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man. Welcome back to another episode of Kfrogtv. Y'all make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and make the notification bell so you can see it first. All right? Another thing, if you like to run into me on a more, day-to-day basis, tune into my gaming channel, KFROG Gaming. I'm on there every single night live streaming, sometimes even during the day. But I must tell you up front,
I like horror games.
so be sure to tune in, man, if that's your type of style. All right. Now, today I feel like speaking on what it's like being a plate when you're in prison. Okay? You could be a plate whether you were a gang member, whether you were unaffiliated, you're a neutron. It don't matter who it is. You could be plated, all right? So I'm going to break it down and tell y'all some stories that I recall from people being plated and things that can lead to someone being plated and explain to y'all what being plated even means. Okay, now for the most part, being plated means basically there's a hit on you. It's a wrap. You're a plate. You're worth something now, okay? Now, when it comes to gangs and stuff like that, they have a saying that says, see food, eat food, or be food, all right? What that means is, if you see someone that is a plate, you got to take flight and you got to eat him. Or if not, you will be plated by your brothers. You get what I'm saying? Now, that's a thing that can lead to your own, safety, being fucked up. Because here you see someone and he's being plated for whatever reason it may be, and you don't eat him, you're going to be got. Even if you slip up, if you fumble, if you try to eat him and you slip up and fumble, you could still be plated yourself. What I mean by fumble, say you see him walking by the chow hall and he's a plate. He may have been one of your brothers before, or he may have, been X'd out, or he may have did something to one of your brothers or anything like that. Whatever may have led him to being a plate. You see him by the chow hall somewhere, you know what you're supposed to do when you see him, so you up your fire and you run up to him and you decide, oh, I'm going to hit him up. I'm going to give it to him. You feel me? Next thing you know, you fumble. He gets away. Boom, you get caught and go to confinement for your banger. All right? If that man does something to one of your brothers after that, since you didn't hit him, since he got away, but now he retaliates and hits up one of your brothers or something like that, you are going to be considered a plate now, all because you fumbled. All because you played. Or if your brothers tell you to do it directly, like they tell you you're the one that has to go do it. So none of the other brothers of yours are the ones that are looking for him. It's your job to do it. And then you fumble and you don't end up doing it. Or if they say hit him up at lunch and you decide, oh, I'm not going to do it at lunch. Or you can't get him at lunch. You feel me? And then he ends up checking in and getting away before you do what you were told to do. You can end up being a plate. And people be plated left and right in prison, okay? And it's to the point to where some people can be plated by their brothers and it be a secret. So their own brothers won't even go after them. Another gang will jump up and take, the plate. They'll feel like, all right, boom, they can even get paid by the other gang. And then all of a sudden, that person gets wet up by a different gang. And then when he's in confinement, he's wondering why his brothers on the pound ain't rocking behind him. Why my brothers ain't take flight and go after them for eating me, for wetting me. What happened? And then they find out they was plated by their own kind. You see, it's a dirty game in there. You feel me? But one time I remember when I was at Calhoun, I had a homeboy, right? He was a Zoe. He was ZMF. And he ended up getting plated. Now, what happened with him about getting plated was he was in confinement. When he was in confinement, it was him, the head of his clique, like the gang. They were both in confinement. They were going to war against some other dudes that didn't gangbang. You feel me? They were Haitians. They were going to war against just the regular Haitians that weren't ZMF, that weren't Zoe Pound. You feel me? So it had to do with a cell phone. Now, the Zoes that weren't, the Haitians that weren't gangbanging got caught with a phone, you feel me, and ended up rocking out or whatever, and ended up going to confinement. When they went to confinement, they was on the same cell block as the people they were going to beef with. You feel me? Now, my homeboys yelling through the door back and forth down the quad to these people who they're beefing with. And then the other dude who happens to have a phone, you know, was boofing a phone. The other Haitian was boofing a phone. As my homeboys yelling back and forth, they talking cash shit. Oh, fuck nigga this. Oh, pussy nigga. Oh, when I catch you, this. My dog was yelling on the door. Fuck nigga, I don't give a fuck. I hope them crackers find it in your ass. I hope them crackers find it in your ass. That's what he's yelling. I hope them crackers find that phone in your ass. Well, by him saying that, somewhere in the quad, the officers heard that. So they shut the water off on that person's cell. When they shut the water off on that person's cell, they ran in there and they searched them and everything looking for a phone. And the reason they shut the water off is because now that cell is called a dry cell. That's what they call it when they shut the water off. They know if that man has a phone in his ass, they know eventually he's going to have to shit it out. You feel me? And they ended up knocking that dude off with the phone because my homeboy, who was a gang member, was yelling at under the door. You feel me? That, you know, he didn't know the officers were listening. Well, due to that, they labeled him as a teller. You feel me? Now, when he got out of confinement, his own brothers wanted to eat him, and he ended up getting flipped by his own brothers. He rocked out against his own brothers, though. You feel me? But they wanted him to cover up his tattoos and all this shit when he came out of confinement. You feel me? All because then people got caught with a phone. You see what I'm saying? So, was he wrong for yelling it out the door? Yeah, for the most part. But I know they were just rapping back and forth. Did he mean for the police to hear him and then get knocked off? Me personally, I don't think so. But it happened. You get what I'm saying? And he was end up a plate after that. You feel me? The littlest slip up can turn someone into a plate. You feel me? And once you're plated, it's a wrap. Because when you fall at another camp after that, you can continue to be getting plated. Because once you fall at another camp, people that gangbang are going to feel like you was one of theirs, or they're going to know about you, they're going to hear about you, or someone there is going to say, oh yeah, he was a this, he was a that, and then they're going to go to questioning and find out where you came from. They're going to get a contact to where you was at, you feel me? They're going to hit that compound up, oh, what's up with such and such? Oh, he this, oh, okay, say no more. Say no more, fam, I got him. That's it. And then next thing you know, that camp that you came from is letting all the other brothers there know, oh, such and such just landed at what's it called, and they finna eat them again right now. So it can be a constant cycle. You could continue to be getting ate, you feel me? Like once you're plated, it's like it's a wrap. You feel me? That's why when it comes to these bloods, you have a lot of, because there's an east side and a west side, you feel me? You can have people that were east side bloods, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, they'll get wet up at a camp, and then they'll go to another camp, and then they'll try to hide it and rock out there like nothing happened for a while until someone else comes there, and then all shit breaks loose because now all the truth is out there and everything, you feel me? And then get ate there again and then get sent somewhere else, and then after a while, they'll try to become west side, you feel me? Or vice versa, you get what I'm saying? But once they're a west side blood, you can never roll over to be an east side. That's the one thing I know, even though I'm not a gang member. You feel me? You can't roll over from west side to east side. You feel me? But you can roll over from the east side to west side. You feel me? But since west side it was originated over that way, you got to stay that side if you ever become that. So some east side bloods will literally go from gang to gang to gang, look like throughout the east side. And then once they go to west side, it's a wrap. They got to stay on that side. You feel me? So there's all different things. You feel me? But most part, and things happen because people fumble and flop. You get what I'm saying? It could be the smallest thing. You could be going from dorm to dorm. Say you're in G dorm, okay? Say you're in G dorm at Charlotte, for instance. It's a butterfly building. It's shaped like a square. It's got a quad over there, quad over there, quad there, quad there, an officer station in the middle. Say you're going from quad 1 to quad 2. The officer's popping the door and he's letting you come out in the sally port and go into the next quad. And then he's popping the other side door so you can go through to the other quad. Say he's letting you go from quad to quad. Because some officers allow you to do that, even though you're not supposed to. And then say all of a sudden, when you get caught coming back, they decide to rush you and they catch you and you get caught with a pack of cigarettes or two. That may belong to someone else. You may just been the delivering person. You may have went in one quad and this gang was like, hey, bro, boom, hey, when you go back and what's it called, get us to one of my brothers. And then they get it to you. And you just the delivery man now. Now you get caught with it. You got that stuff knocked off, okay? If you're not a gang member, they're going to try to eat you. If you are a gang member, you're going to have to pay that. You're going to have to pay that up, or you gonna end up being plated. Your brothers may team up with you, you feel me? And they already know that they're gonna have to help you pay that, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to help you pay that if they don't want you plated. It's just the rules, you feel me? Because if it was the other way around with they cigarettes or something, then, you know, they would expect that other gang to pay it and come up with it about their brother also, you feel me? If not, they're gonna be ate. They're gonna be plated, just like that. Sometimes some gangs won't help their own brother. They'll be like, boy, you on your own with that. You on your own with that. And then if he can't come up with the money, he don't have no income from the streets or no way to get no money, then he'll turn to robbing. And then if there ain't no one he can really rob and get over on without being plated from that end, whether him robbing someone that shouldn't have been robbed or him robbing a different gang's hold down man or something like that, he runs out of different things to try to do. Next thing you know, he's a plate and there ain't nothing he can do about it. Or he can go to confinement. Check this out. You could go to confinement from your quad. All right, this happens all the time to neutrons, people who don't even gangbang. You can go to confinement from your quad. Them officers can come in and take you to confinement for something. Everyone can be at rec, and on your way back from rec, you get in an argument with the cop, they take you to confinement. When they take you to confinement just for arguing with the officer, they go back to your quad, they pack up your belongings, and then everyone's looking like, damn, why he went to confinement? You feel me? What happened with bro? They slept right there. Later on that night, they decide to do a shakedown because they smelt smoke or something. It could be something that didn't even have to do with this person that went to confinement. You know what they're going to do? Everyone is going to label that person told and had the police come blitz the dorm. That's what's going to happen. And then he's going to be plated. He may get out, hit the compound, don't even know. Later on down the line, he get wet in front of the chow hall, get his face tore open, you know, whatever happens, you know, or get wet on the rec yard, everything, and he don't even know where it came from, and it's because they labeled his name as a snitch. Because when he went to confinement, the dorm got fucking shaken down all of a sudden. And the reason it's because of that is because a lot of times it does happen. When someone checks in or someone, you know, goes to confinement or someone you hear that, oh, they finna eat him, he finna get wet. And then all of a sudden he checks in because he's scared. Everyone gets ready and hides everything and gets on beat because you're expecting the police to come now that person checked in. And a lot of times when you get ready and hide everything and make sure everything's not around and all that, and they come and then you get away with it so many times, it makes it to where when anyone goes to confinement and then they come hit the dorm, you think, oh, that's what it is. That's exactly what, damn, that one person. You see what I'm saying? But the littlest thing, like I said, could turn you into a plate. That's why they say stay away from the 3 G's, you feel me? I say the 4 G's, which is the gambling, the gays, the gangs, and then I put the guards on there. Those are the 4 things that you want to stay away from because all those things can lead to you being plated, okay? I've seen so many gang members that, you know, that was hanging out with, you know, people that wasn't straight, you feel me? Hanging out with them or whatever. Their own brothers will do investigations on them, and then they'll plate them. Okay, boy, you messing with boys now. You see what I'm saying? They'll plate them. Same thing, you never want to be talking to the guards, hanging out all up in the guard's face and stuff like that because people are going to look at it like, okay, you telling them something. Even if you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the truth. That's how people are going to look at it. He's always in these police face. So you want to stay away from the guards. The gambling, because you never want to get put in debt. If y'all seen my videos before about staying away from these things, then you know what I'm talking about. No one wants to get put in debt. It doesn't matter if you get money every day of the week. You will not want to get put in debt just due to the simple fact that you never know what could happen to where you cannot cover your debt. Okay, your peoples that have been dropping money in your account faithfully. All right, faithfully. Every single week they put money in your account. So you decide, okay, yeah, I can gamble. I can gamble. I can bet a little $5. I can bet a little $5. Yeah, that's cool if you got what to cover it in your locker. But then people start thinking that money's going to already be there when it's not. Even when it ain't in their locker. They think, oh, it's already going to be on my account. You feel me? So I'm going to go ahead and bet. And then they feel like, I'm tired of betting $5. I'm finna bet 25 right now. Next thing you know, your peoples on the streets could have worked late. They could have not made the money in time because you got to drop before 8 o'clock at night for it to be there the next day. You feel me? So you never know what it could lead to. You feel me? So I know a lot of people like to gamble, makes time go by. Only bet what you have on you in your possession. You feel me? Don't bet because someone owes you some money. Okay, I'm going to bet him 10 because he owes me 10, right? And then next thing you know, you lose, and then this dude checks in. You feel me? That owes you 10. So now he checked in, and now you still owe this dude 10 that you just lost to also. Because you thought his debt that owed you money was going to clear your debt that you owe him. And it doesn't work like that. You know, anything can happen. That's why your only best bet is to bet and gamble with the money that is in your locker on your possession at that time. Okay? Because you never know what can happen. Your money source is in someone else's hands coming from the streets. You feel me? So, of course, you want to stay away from that. All right? And then, like I said, you know, you always want to stay away from the gangs as well, because you never really truly know what comes with it. And being a plate is something that is a day-to-day thing that happens everywhere in the world. They may call it something different than being a plate, but that is the same thing as what it's called down here. Okay? No matter what it's called, even if it's on the West Coast somewhere, if someone is wanted by his own brothers, if he doesn't do something that his brothers told him, or if he fumbles or anything like that, or if he told, or if he got the police involved, no matter what it is, you know, that is being a plate. You are a plate. You feel me? That means that they want your head. You feel me? When there's a mark on your head, when they want you, that is the same thing as being a plate. Just that's how we say it down here in Florida. And like I said, seafood, eat food, or be food. You can't slip and just let someone who your brothers want, who is plated. That means anywhere you see them, you have to do it to them. Okay? It doesn't matter what you got going on. None of that. Literally. It doesn't matter if you have cell phones. It doesn't matter if you're making money on the compound with all the tunchi, all the selling all this buck, or whatever it is you may be doing to make money. You got a mean hustle, everything. All of that shit's got to be put on the line when someone is a plate and you're told you have to do it. Straight like that. Because basically, they want you to do it and get away with it, or you do it and you get caught and you're the fall man for it. You see what I'm saying? And there's really no escaping being a plate. Okay? Like, even if you checked in and went to confinement, yeah, you're straight for the time being while in the box. You feel me? They won't put no one in your cell. You know what I'm saying? You're under PC. They may put another PC in your cell if both of y'all are on PC. But at Calhoun, we had people that were checking in, gang members that were checking in just to get placed on PC to get put in the cell with other PCs to smash them for their brother. You see what I'm saying? So you could be got like that, or when they transfer you. When you get put on a bus and you're being transferred, whether you were a PC, check-in, or just a regular person, if you are not going to CM, control management, if you're not going to CM, your ass is put on that bus with just everyone. Because when you first walk on the bus, you have a cage right behind the driver. There is a cage with a seat on the left and a seat on the right. And then that cage has a door to where the driver can't be attacked by them. And then after them two seats is another cage. And then that whole length of the bus is just where everyone gets put. That cage is where if you're going to CM, they're going to put you in that cage right there to where you can't get to the driver if you wanted to, or all the inmates behind you. But all them inmates that are back there on the bus are regular gang members, people that have been transferred for excessive DRs, getting in too many DRs, people that cut people that got cut, people that checked in. Everyone is put on that bus together, and the bus ride is just as dangerous as it is on the compound, if not even worse. People get hit, wet, robbed, everything on the bus. Because when you are being transferred, you are not shackled like this, okay? You're just plain as day, you feel me? You're plain. You got the cuffs on, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have a chain, you feel me? And then sometimes I was even put on a bus where I didn't even have the cuffs. You feel me? We were just our shackles. They keep them on your legs. Just your legs are shackled so you can't run or nothing. But you're freely to do what you want to do. That's how people walk up and rob people. You feel me? And everything. Man, let me get that. Like, for real. You know, it's serious. So when you are a plate, it doesn't matter. You will eventually be got. If you plated somewhere for some reason and you land in another compound and you were not known, you decide, okay, I wasn't really known by my brothers at this compound, right? I wasn't really known. I didn't really get my face out there like that. I was only at that camp for a couple months and let them know, okay, I was a GD. I was banging. You feel me? But then I got plated and got shipped So now I land at this compound. I'm gonna do something different. I ain't even gonna report to none of them GDs or whatever gang that person may be in. I'm not even gonna report. I'm gonna just, do my time and shit and fall back, act like I'm someone when I'm not. That shit will last only so long though. Someone's gonna eventually come there. Someone's gonna eventually trigger to that gang. Man, he looked familiar. Or man, I think, man, hey, I wonder if his name, like people will literally try to go from camp to camp and change their name. Like straight up. That's what it be. They name might be, Zoe at this compound. Or it might be Zoe Money. Zoe Money. Hey, Z Money. Z Money. That's his name. And then next thing you know, he gets 8 and everything. He's a plate. You'll see him 3 camps later. Like I might get transferred to another camp and then he's there. But he done went through 3 different camps to get there. You feel me? Getting wet, having different problems. Now, his name is just Money at this other camp. You feel me? Or to be totally different. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be called Z. Like he'll change his name because he was being plated everywhere he went. And then that shit only matters so long. Someone is eventually going to land where that person is at. Because it's such a small world in prison, whether you believe it or not. You feel me? And their number one rule is seafood, eat food, or be food. And that's what it is. I seen a lot of people who came to prison, that were gang members that was there rocking out for a while. They were known for hitting people up, doing everything, rocking out to the fullest now. They were real soldiers. They were really soldiers. You feel me? And then you find out, okay, they're messing with boys. Now their brothers want to eat them. They get wet in the chow hall, wet in the library, the chapel, wherever they get caught, they get wet behind that. You feel me? Or they charges weren't what they said it was. You feel me? Like they ended up having some damn charges that they shouldn't have had. You feel me? That ain't all of us in Florida's problem that we didn't see, that we didn't know. Is it that gang's fault? Yeah, it's that gang's fault. You get what I'm saying? But when they have so many different brothers and shit, I doubt they actually look at every single person's paperwork. You feel me? Because I done seen so many of them who ended up being police that how did he become a gang member? How was he a gang member when he was police? You feel me? Like that shit is things that slip down here in Florida. Because down here in Florida, people don't check that paperwork like that. It'll eventually come out somewhere. You feel me? That dirty, dark shit ain't gonna stay in the dark too long. That dirty, dark shit gonna get brought out to the light eventually. You feel me? And people are gonna see it is what it is. And then he's gonna be a plate. And then I've even seen where people who loved their brother, who was cool with their brother to the fullest, they literally like have to eat one of their brothers that they fought with, you feel me? And then, it'd be tough, but they still do it because they know if they don't, they gonna get got. You get what I'm saying? And that's facts, you feel me? I've also seen a bunch of crooked shit before. I've seen it to where one time, one person was trying to bring another person home. He wanted the other person to be, up under him. You feel me? Like he was going to be his goddad or whatever. You feel me? And then when he was going to be his goddad, his person that was on, probation, the person he was trying to bring home ended up fumbling, doing something that he wasn't supposed to do. So all the brothers wanted to eat that person on observation. That same person that he was coming home to went and told him, hey, my brothers are going to try to eat you, bro. This and that, this and that. Went against his whole nation and told him. So then when they came around the corner and they went to oppress him and say something, he upped on them. And then they're all wondering how he knew that we were coming for him like that. When they all loved him at one time, you feel me? But he fumbled. And then they never, caught on that, he was obviously told by the person he was coming home to. Because that was his homeboy. He didn't want to see his brothers eat him like that. So he went against the grain. Okay, one time when I was in D-Dorm at Charlotte, 2 dudes came in there to rob, right? When they came in there to rob, one was a Blood, one was a Zoe. They came in there and they were talking about, they came in here to rob people for cell phones, you feel me? I had a cell phone. My homeboy, Tampa Jit, he came up to me and said, here, bro, my brother's on that fuck shit, bro, just in case, and handed me a banger. I said, huh? He handed me a banger. He's like, bro, just in case, my brother's on that fuck shit. So he basically gave me a banger against his own kind. You feel me? So like imagine if I was the person that he was coming to rob and I would have, man, it ain't nothing, and hit him and ate him and say it came out or whatever, or the police ended up showing the gang members the knife, and then they'd be like, oh, that was our brother's knife, and now he's a plate. You feel me? Because he helped a neutron out against his own kind. You feel me? But it just be, you fought with someone so heavy, you don't want to see bad things happen to them. But it does happen. You get what I'm saying? Certain things. You feel me? Like, for instance, one time, while I was at Charlotte, there was this one Chico from Miami. He wanted to become a king, you feel me? So when he wanted to become a king, they told him what he had to do and all this shit like that. They said, Frog, get that boy a banger, boy. I said, all right, I got him. Check me out. He came over, boom. Go ahead, bro. He was placed in a dorm. He wanted to become a gang member. He was placed in the dorm where there was a boy in there, a punk, you feel me, that actually grabbed one of the king's asses before, you feel me? Like, he just got out of confinement, this boy, because in the chow hall, he grabbed someone's butt. When he grabbed his butt, two of them turned around and jumped him. So all three of them went to confinement. Well, in the middle of all that, one of them kings got shipped. You feel me? And then one of the kings hit the compound, and then the boy, who was like a bandit, he got back on the compound. You feel me? And got put in a dorm. He was in the same dorm as the person who wanted to get down, who wanted to be a gang member. So they said, all right, boom, here you go. Here's that banger. You feel me? Make bruh check in. Get him off the pound. You ain't got to hit him if you don't want to. Just make him check in. Get him from around here. You feel me? Because they lost a good brother behind that scuffle. One of their brothers got transferred. And all he did was protect himself. You feel me? So what happens? He goes. First, he starts asking too many questions. Well, why I got to do it? Why can't one of you? And then they yelling at him like, boy, you ain't in the right position, bro. You ain't even got nothing, no say-so, bro, to even be questioning us. It is what you want, bro. It's what you got to do. You feel me? So he's like, all right, say no more. He goes to the dorm or whatever. He ups on him, tells him to check in. When he ups on him and tells him to check in, that the boy upped on him. The bandit, he upped on him too. Was like, boy, it ain't nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. In the mix of that, all the people that bandit was messing with also upped knives on this one person. You feel me? Also up knives on this one person. So he's got the whole dorm against him now. And so what's he doing? He's expecting the people he's trying to get down with to come run and save him. You feel me? Which is what they did. They went over there. They made it is what it is. You feel me? So once that happened and it all happened, they got him off the pound themselves. When they got him off the pound themselves, you know, there was a big war going on between two different cliques. Between, you know, at that time it was the king and the Thresses. They was beefing, you feel me? Well, that same dude who was trying to get down with them ended up running to the ops at the time to the Thresses and started, you know, telling them shit about the kings. So now the kings ran down on him and was like, look, boy, you a plate, nigga. You feel me? You played, bro. You ain't hit, bro, like you was supposed to do. You feel me? Now you over here hanging out with these ops, telling them shit about us and getting down. Like, he was just so scared now that the kings were trying to get him because he fumbled against the bandit that he tried to get down with the closest thing he could, which ended up being his bunkie, which was another. So he got in the middle of two different and shit like that. And then they made him check in. You feel me? They told him, look, boy, you got till breakfast to get off this compound. You feel me? Or it's a wrap. Well, it ain't nothing, bro. It ain't nothing. And everywhere he was walking, he had like 2 or 3 other gang members with him, which was his bunkies' brothers. You feel me? And then it went like that. And then, you know, the next day came when it was breakfast time, and you see him walking up top with all his shit. And then the cops stopped him right by the canteen window, said, where you going, inmate? Where you going? And then he laid on the ground and said that he refuses to go back to the dorm, and he checked in. You feel me? He got plated because he fumbled against the bandit. You know what I'm saying? And then he tried to find protection anywhere else he could. So he decided, oh, I want to come home to these people now. You feel me? Now his whole bid is going to be something bad. You feel me? Now wherever he goes from there, he can't even open his mouth. He's considered as a check-in at Charlotte. So even if he became a gang member, later on down the line, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, one of them kings or one of them Thresses or anyone that was at the compound when this shit happened can mention it about him. And it doesn't matter if he was putting in work, slanging iron, wetting people up for 20 years. It doesn't matter at all. You get what I'm saying? How much work he's put in or whatever. It doesn't matter if he was on the front line for 20 years. Once that shit gets out of what happened in the beginning of his bid, he's going to be plated by that gang. Wherever he's at. All that love they had and that empire they built at that camp all goes out the window. Straight like that. You feel me? And that's what it is when you become a plate. You know? So you got to be careful who you hang out with. You got to be careful what it is you do. You know what I'm saying? Even on the streets. It ain't got to be just prison. Even though I'm speaking on just prison. But even on the streets, man, it's common sense. You know how it is, man, when you're hanging out with people and shit like that and shit get real and people get down to the nitty gritty and everybody go to betraying themselves. That shit will follow you up the road. You get what I'm saying? But one thing I learned is it don't follow you to the streets from prison, but it'll follow you to prison from the streets. You get what I'm saying? You'll have some people that'll be in prison hiding the whole time by their own kind. You feel me? Their own kind trying to get at them the whole time they in prison, trying to wet them, eat them and everything. And then they can't because they were protected by someone else or whatever the case may be. But then they'll hit the streets and then they'll fully start repping again. They'll fully start repping like they wasn't in there good and take up through there by their own kind. You feel me? Then they hit the streets and act like this what it is, this what it is. And then if they go to prison again, then they'll have to worry about it all over again. They try to cover it up. You feel me? It doesn't come with you to the streets. You know what I'm saying? If people can make it through their whole bid after being told on someone and they're a gang member, they make it through their whole bid without their paperwork being checked or anything like that. They're blessed. They're lucky as hell because of the things I've seen that happen to people who get caught for telling. And the things that I see happen to people that are considered a plate for certain things. You feel me? But no matter how hard you bang on the streets, you can bang real hard on the streets, everything, put on and everything. When you land in prison, people are going to hear about you. That rank going to make you known. You feel me? You come home to a gang on the streets and go to prison, you off rip got higher rank than someone who came home in prison. You feel me? Like straight like that. If you did time as a gang member on the streets and then went and did a bid, it ranks you up a little bit. And then it depends on how many times you did it. If you done did it 2-3 times and still repping from and you done did 2-3 bids, you're even higher up. You even have a higher say-so because you were banging it on the streets as well. You feel me? And you got 2 bids up under you banging. So that shows you made it through 2 different war stages. You ain't been a plate. You ain't never got X'd out. You know, because a lot of people, when they become a plate, they try to cover up what they was. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen some people, you know, that was once a 7 from Tampa. That's a gang. It's called NPR, Money, Power, Respect. You feel me? Them. We have a lot of those in Florida. You feel me? Them right there. A lot of them that were 7s, I've seen a couple of them at Charlotte that had 7s tattooed on them. They crossed it out and made it a 5. They covered it up, made it a 5 and became a blood. You wouldn't even be able to tell there was a 7 before. You feel me? Like that's what people will tend to do. You get what I'm saying? They'll literally change their tattoos and change their name and everything and be something totally different. And you'll be like, damn, he look like someone I've seen somewhere else. But then the name's not sticking with you. You like, but I ain't ever met no one like that. But he looked like this one dude I knew named such and such from a different camp 3 years ago. And then you'll find out when someone else came there and it got brought to light. Now, all of a sudden, he's wanted by his own brothers for it. And you be like, I knew it, bro. I knew that was what's it called. Like, you could question them about it. Hey, you ever been to what's it called? And they're going to be like, nah, hell nah. I only been to such and such and such. They'll lie about where they was at and everything because they don't want it to come out that they was a plate somewhere else. You feel me? That's why you got to be careful, man. Don't ever sign up for something that you ain't 100% sure that you can pull through because you will lead to being a plate. That's simple. And you do not have to be a gang member. It's even worse for a neutron, a person who is unaffiliated. You feel me? If you get involved in some shit, you're going to have to make sure you go all the way through with it, or you're going to have to make sure you at least get your target, or at least make everyone satisfied. Because if you do something, or you're supposed to do something, or you say, you know what, man, I rock with y'all so heavy, man, fuck it, bro, give me the bang, I'm going to do it. You just signed that. You put yourself up to it. Now when you do it, you tried and everything like that, and you got wet behind it. You know, by the dude who you were trying to wet. All they gonna say is the number one thing we hear all the time is, he played. That's all they gonna say, you played. Which means like, you played. You feel me? Like, damn, like, you fucked up. You know, that's exactly what they're gonna do. And then you're going to be the fall man. And then now if that dude that wet you doubles back and tries to wet one of them or whatever, or happens to wet one of them, Now it's on you because you flopped, you fumbled, you missed. Anything can lead to being a plate. That's the whole reason for this damn video. I want y'all to understand that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a situation where you got to wet someone or you're told to do something. It could be anything. Anything. It could be to the point to where you're about to go to work release. Your custody drop. You're about to go to work release. They run in the dorm and find a cell phone in the open bay bathroom while you're shitting. You feel me? Them police run up on you and they're trying to hit you with that cell phone. They're trying to say this your cell phone because you're the only one in the bathroom at the time. And all you say is, that ain't mine. That ain't mine. Next thing you know, they flip the dorm. You feel me? They flip the dorm. A couple people get sent to confinement or get caught with other phones, bangers or whatever it is. They gonna think you're the one that said such and such got this, such and such got that. And they gonna feel like it's your fault. Now people are gonna want your head, and all you did was say that shit ain't mine because you're thinking about if you get caught with this, it's gonna kick back your custody and you can't go to work release now. So of course you're not gonna just take the rap. You're gonna say it ain't yours. And now what? When you go to work release, people gonna put word out about you. So by the time you get transferred through the reception center, someone gonna try to eat you before you even make it to work release. You feel me? Like that's how serious it is. I've seen people get ate the day they're going home, on their way walking to the front gate to leave. People come out and wet them up. They go home with holes all in them and all. Straight to the hospital. When they EOS, they go into the hospital. They ended their sentence inside of a hospital. They didn't even get to leave the compound. They left in an ambulance. That's how serious that shit is. You feel me? And anything can lead to being a plate. Anything at all. Doesn't matter what it is. Me and you could get in a fight in a dorm, and these people over here have cell phones. Since me and you got in a fight, we feel like we got good reasons to fight. You know what I'm saying? It may be over gambling. It may be over disrespect, but we ain't thinking about what everyone else has got going on. We worried about the situation that we about to get into. So then once we get in a fight, it brings attention to the door and the police come in there and they knock someone off that's got a cell phone. Now they're going to tell you owe them people a cell phone. So you got to cough up either $600 to $650 just to get them a cell phone because you got in a scuffle by protecting yourself or standing up for yourself and their phone got knocked off. Any person could be like, hell no, because you don't want to trust no one in prison. So you feel like everyone's trying to get over on you and see what they can get because that's what all prison's based on, to see who can get over on what. So that's what they're going to be trying to do. You're going to be used to that. You're going to be used to people always trying to get over. So you're going to be like, man, hell nah, bro. Because I got in a fight with this dude for trying me, bro, and his phone got knocked off. That's my fault. When really, it is because you got in that damn altercation to bring the police to the dorm. You see? And now if you don't want to pay that $600, $650, next thing you know, what's that mean? You're plated. Straight up. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button. Like I said in the beginning of the video, man, y'all hit y'all notification bell. Make sure it's on all instead of personalized. Come hang out on the gaming channel, KFROG Gaming. We go live sometimes during the day, but we live stream almost every single night. And we be on there just chopping it up. Like I said, even if it ain't about video games, you could just hang out in the stream and see it's just a vibe. It's just a positive vibe, even if you don't like video games. I have plenty of people that don't play video games that are on there hanging out in the chat. It's like a big get-together every single night. KFROG Gaming. But anyways, man, I'm going to catch y'all next time. Y'all stay tuned for the next video, man. Frog.